Gotta do something real quick. Ugh. All right.
Boo boo. Boo doo doo boo doo boo doo boo doo boo doo boo doo doo doo.
Harsh Space Shipbreakers for $10. Not bad. Hey, hey, hey. Wrong one. How y'all doing? Welcome. As you can see, we're helping to raise money for charity. Just make sure that was the right one. Go. That's good to hear. As nice to hear yourself. I'm doing okay. So we're working with Force Science to do their Combat for a Cause. So they've done this before. I've actually been part of it before as well. It's called Survival Island. The idea being you get dropped off on an island. I think it's in Hurston, and the goal is to survive. Basically, it's a battle royale tournament they do. And they've added a bunch of content creators to come in and do it. So, you're going to do a night shift? All right. So, the plan is to do that after the captain's table. So, we've got the captain's table, and then we've got that. We'll stream through that. I don't know how long I'll be there, but I do want to raise money to help them out. So, if you want to help out, please do join us in helping out Combat for a Cause. It's for Gamers Outreach and Child's Play. So, it's good people. Good people. I think it's Child's Play. Yeah. That's for Child's Play, not for Gamers Outreach. I'll have to turn that off on the other ones, but yeah. Change that. Same thing. I'm updating the PTU to play a little bit. working. Yeah. I'm doing the PTU, yeah. But I gotta download it, and it's taking some time. But the topic today is going to be engineering. Engineering in 2026. Where do we think it's going to go? What does it look like right now? Is it in a good position? Is it going to actually start affecting gameplay? Because as of right now, it seems like it's just sort of reverting us back. So it feels like we've kind of stepped backwards rather than forwards, and that we've kind of removed soft death altogether. FYI, don't go to Hurston, Microtech Hurston or Nix. Lag spikes of 1500, 15. Wow, that's a lot. All set up at ArtCorp. Ooh. That's why that secondary health bar is stupid. Which one? Hey, Adam, how you doing? Are we talking about the whole health bar? After your PP is dead, after you're disabled, all it means is that people will pod you, steal the even vernacular. Oh, almost done. So there's a secondary health bar that that registers your health of your ship after it's been disabled. That seems dumb. It should just be based off of the health of your components. There really should only be two sort of categories. Does your ship hold oxygen or atmosphere, and does your ship power? That's it. That's all that should be. That's all that happened. Because power will lead to heat, and the heat can lead to fires, atmosphere. or damage on the components. But power is really, really the only thing that matters, because I guess you could have heat that's generated without power, but not like that's not even that much of an issue. They want the ship to have structural integrity. The ship, this just isn't the best way to simulate that. Not until they have Maelstrom. It's best to just not have it at all and just focus on component health. This is one of those situations where I don't think trying to set expectations properly works well, because the concept of setting expectations makes sense if you're trying to say, hey, we want to make sure that people know what we're planning on doing. But in this case, it's better to train people one at a time to deal with the vehicles they have. If that makes sense. Like, they should be focusing on getting people used to the idea that their components are the backbone of their ship, rather than trying to get people interested in the in like, you're throwing people too many things that they're trying to remember, and by the time they remember it, you're gonna have Maelstrom out anyways. Like, basically, they should turn off explosions except for and death of a ship, except for when your power plant explodes or a power plant is dead. That would train, it would A, train players better, and B, would set expectations that if you want to kill somebody, you have to hit their power plant, which would make more interesting gameplay in general. And yeah, eventually structural integrity will be in there, but like, structural integrity with Maelstrom is like secondary. Like, I don't think people are going to be blowing up a ship piece by piece with Maelstrom just so that they can kill it. Like that's the problem. It's like, right now it's just keep firing until it explodes. And Maelstrom, it's eventually going to be, you have to hit the structural weak points to make the damn thing break in half, which is still a lot more precise. So if you're training people now to shoot for the power plants to blow them up, you're still going to do that afterwards, because Maelstrom isn't going to be that interesting. Hey, Red Marine, how you doing? Just they already have a system that's like a randomized system. Shooty boom is fun though. It can be, but my argument is dead in space is more fun. It's a lot more interesting to be like, why am I not dead? Why didn't I explode? And then having to figure out what's going on. Because if your average player shoots a ship and it stops moving and doesn't function anymore, and then they see it's basically dead, they'll move on, rather than continue to attack. Because the only people who will continue to attack are people who are trying to kill the player. I'm good, Axis. But if you want to come on to the captain's table today, because I asked, Build and Play wanted to come on, but he hasn't responded at all. So I'm like, okay. It's my fault. I didn't reach out to him earlier. This week's been a weird week for me, so. All right.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered to the follow.
Hey Newt, how you doing? Yeah, Out of Gas is the best episode of Firefly. The constant need of the best episodes of Star Trek Voyager are the ones where they're like, well, we're running on fumes, everyone's pissed off. And that would also make it more distinct from other spaceship and like space games. I mean, I'd imagine gold standard Avenger makes sense because the Avenger is a squadron ship. God, this is fucking loud. Come on, arise! Arise, chicken, arise! There's definitely some lag here, some latency.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Gifted at Thor, a membership. Athon 43210 celebrates 5 months of membership. Here to many more months ahead.
Thank you so much for that. 5 months of support there, Thorn. You're very important, but we're very impressed with Mr. Rating Pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat. Y'all, shots and cheers. Who doesn't love Tuvix? The best episodes of Voyager were the ones where Janeway murders people for coffee. My point being, it would make Star Citizen stand out in the way that they kind of always wanted it to stand out in the first place.
You are clear to launch. Landing gear raised.
I prefer Voltron, but I'm also a bigger fan of Mecha. I never thought of Thundercats as a mecha series. I know it does technically have like robots and stuff. But it's always felt like He-Man meets Power Rangers rather than Voltron, which is like just a Sentai series. I mean, I would argue that Lion-O is really solidly done as an actor, but most of the other characters still feel very Scooby-Doo 70s Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, Votoms is getting a new anime. And it's done by Mamoru Oshii, which is interesting. For those who don't know, Oshii is the guy who did Ghost in the Shell. He also did Patlabor. So. No shade on Velma, man. Well, if Velma was a cat person, I think I'd put a lot more shade on her, the voice actress. Really, yeah. I don't think he's the creative director, but I think he's like one of the upper level guys. The only problem I have is that Votoms is, I'm trying to remember the name of the director. I hate this because he's like literally one of the guys that that really inspired me. He's one of my favorite mecha. He is my favorite mecha sort of like creator. Takahashi. Ryosuke Takahashi. Who's the guy who did Votoms in the first place? This is the new and improved Aurora. The gold standard. I'm in the PTU, so I wanted to show off the new Aurora. It feels great, honestly. I play a lot of starter ships though, so let's do a very beginning mercenary mission. Or bounty hunting. It handles better, I think. It's a little bit more nimble.
Shields off.
You got all the details and you know what to do. Play it smart and come home safe.
Bottom drive is now on.
Interesting. I didn't think they had those for the bounty hunters. I guess they do.
Bottom drive is now off.
I think it's prepared for yeah, because watch this. The fans are in.
Bottom drive is now on.
That was the original plan. I don't think they'll do it, but they might.
Bottom drive is now off.
Okay, so the glitching is a little bit more subtle now. God, they did a pass on the audio too. It sounds so much better.
Radar contact. Shields on. Shields on.
Now the other thing I don't know is the lamp the lamp shortcut. I think it does, but I don't know what the lamp shortcut is. Right art L. Nope, it does not have, unless I... Yeah, it does. So yeah, it does not have lamp yet. I'll have to try that lamp next.
Shields damaged.
Woohoo! Come here, boys, come here. God, this is insufferable. Trying to check my my altitude because I don't want to like crash. I don't think I'm that low, but I'm a little concerned because these boys like to get low. Yeah, they definitely need to fix this desync. Disoriented there. Knocked him out.
Nice job taking them out. I'll push your payment through.
Check file.
I could probably EVA over there. It's gone now. It's alright. Alright, let's try another one. Then we'll do one with a lamp. Do bounty hunting. It's more responsive too. I think they added some thrusters to
Ken
this.
here. I'll be tracking your progress on the battle. Watch yourself.
Auto drive is now off.
Thank you, man. How you doing? No ship can have 4. Some ships can have 4, but no single-seater ship can have 4, it seems.
Auto drive is now on.
This is the Golden Aurora. She's gold. Let's open up the flaps.
Shields on.
She's more nimble than I thought. Come on, baby. What the fuck? We're really gonna have to chase down this desync. What's causing it?
Dustin. Nice one. Send in your pay.
Okay. Goodbye. I'm running away from you. Hey, Wimbledon Smoke. What's with, Gold standard, not the Mark II. Wings don't extend. I want my AUEC refunded in dollars. $6,380, please. If you're saying I should refund you, you should probably that means that you think that I am CIG. And as always, I say, if you want your money back, you have to pay me $2.5 million. Did they add a ladder? No, of course they didn't add a ladder.
Oh.
I'm gonna head back to the station, and I'm gonna get myself my Hornet, because that's got the Who the fuck is Bajini?
Hey, it's Kenny. Saw that you're picking up another bounty. Good luck with this one.
Yeah, I'm just coughing a lot, that's all.
Auto drive is now off.
Oh, there's zone 3.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive.
Define working. Can you log in and play? Yes. Is the play good? No. Massive desync issues. I'm working Mount 4 as well. It's just that the Legionnaire is...
Engines are off. Engines are on.
There we go.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive.
The LN came out 4, but this came out 4 as well. The LN like has bigger mounts, I think. It has size 2s rather than size 1s.
Shields are on.
Yeah, CIG won't do that. They're not gonna do tent into campfire base. They're not gonna do that at all. They can barely keep things running as it is with the current backend they have. They're not going to add in like every single person in Star Citizen making a fucking base out of a tent and a campfire. That would just crash servers. Engineering. We're going to talk about engineering in 2026. This whole month is going to be like what to expect in 2026. But I want to do some more specific ones. Engineering is one, PvP is another, and then social tools. Now, because of other scheduling conflicts, I'm going to have to change the social tools one to be the first week of February, but I have to contact those folks.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, this feels a lot. This feels really nice to fly, honestly. It's responsive. It's not too. It's not over responsive, but it does exactly what you tell it to.
Landing complete. Engines are off.
Oh, is it straight up under NDA, or is it the typical Evo where we can talk about it, but we can't show anything?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Okay.
Your vehicle, please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again.
If it's closed, pull it up there. Can't show but tell. Okay. If I get a chance to, I'll play it. I'll do a discussion on it. But as Del said, they've never done a tech preview exactly when they said it was going to happen. So even if it happens, even if it doesn't, even if they say that it's going to be Monday, I wouldn't expect it to be Monday.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Your vehicle has...
Yeah, them planning is good. And that's another point to talk about when we talk about engineering. But yeah, we're raising money for charity, y'all. Exclamation point charity, if you want to help us out. The goal is to help out we're helping out For Science, the organization's running this event. That they're raising money for, I think it's Extra Life. Child's Play, for Child's Play. And it's similar to what Gamers Outreach is. They do similar stuff. So they both do go-karts. I think Child's Play just is just older than Gamers Outreach. And I think they're more international, so I think they may also have reaches in Canada and Mexico and stuff like that. But yeah, it does help kids with grow carts. It's very similar. Help them out. Their goal is to reach $1,000. Ha! Lamp!
Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
We create a lamp button. Maybe it's a cockpit? This is so much slower compared to the Aurora. This feels so sluggish.
Shields offline. Personnel on.
It's in cockpit modes, by the way.
Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on.
Ghost! $50. Thank you so much, Ghost. I don't have access to this because this is the For Science one, but so thank you for that, for giving that $50 there. I will give some money the second I die. I'm gonna get into the event after. It'll happen after the Captain's Table. So we actually have a kind of a bit of a specific time restraint for it, which is still like it's like 5:30 my time. So we start at 3 my time. So it's still like an hour and a half. Like an hour for the show and an hour and a half for the questions. So. No light? Light. Ooh, that's so much better. It's not perfect, but holy fuck, it's so much better.
Shields online.
Alright, where you at, buddy?
Bogey.
he's dead. Yep, he's dead too. Like I think I cockpit sniped him. This is what it looks like
Just
without.
got confirmation
Now I
that
can actually
you're
see the ground.
I'll get you paid.
Nick at night with a $250. Holy fuck. Woo. Thank you, buddy. Jaded with the $10. Thank you. Thank you, Jaded. Damn, y'all showing up. Y'all gonna hit their freaking goal before they even start the stream. Oh. All right, we'll do one more bounty hunter, bounty killer.
Shields offline.
Bounty's all yours. Get locked and loaded and take him out.
Quantum drive is now on.
Thank you, Iris, for calling it out. I don't see that, so. What's the goal? So it's not for me, it's for, the goal up there is for Child's Play, so it's for charity.
Is now off.
I'll have to give you the link on my side, but it's for, yeah, it's for charity. Yep, yes we do. And this one's for kids in hospitals to get access to gaming and stuff so that they feel like normal kids. This is the first time that it's not me doing it. It's actually another group called For Science. They invited me to a charity event that they're running. I've done one of them before with them, and it's going to happen after the captain's table. So we'll stream into it.
Bogey.
Brother, why, brother?
Check fire.
Great. Let me cross them off the list and get you paid.
his wings are gone. He's going in. Coffee for the $50. No, we're done for the captain's table. Yeah, we're gonna start here in about an hour and a half. IR at 0. Oh yeah, I see that now. I should start that. This is actually. Keep this, CIG. Keep this. This is so much better because now you either have to visually identify, but if you look at the signals, and I'll turn this off real quick. You see that? IR at 0. It looks like heat is at 0. It's like gone. So you can actually check the like emissions that it's giving off to tell if it's dead or not. I know it's been like that for a while. However, before you just had to, it would turn gray after you shoot them. So you know they were dead. They don't turn gray anymore. If they get disabled, they'll still stay red. Hey, Led, how you doing, buddy? So that would be a soft dead state if you somehow managed to disable a power plant or cooler before it could get the same result of what we just saw. It's just more common with engineering. But what I mean is that, like, there should be no visual indication that a ship is disabled except for its emissions. Once its emissions drop, you can go, it's dead, and move on. I think you have to request undocking. If I'm correct, if I'm correct, it's the same thing. Well, as I just demonstrated, it's working for NPCs now. It's still, so basically it's similar to what it was in 4.5, but it's just slightly tuned. It's slightly better. You hit right Alt N and it said I was clear, but the caller won't let me go. You might have to go back in, store it, and pull it out again. I don't know a lot about docking. That's why I said I think you just hit the same request landing sort of thing. I've seen that happen work as well. If you just punch it and try to burn full afterburners, that can help. All right.
Shields offline.
That is really neat.
Is now on.
I like it. I like it a lot. Am I saying full burn? No, what I'm saying is...
Quantum drive is now on.
What I'm saying is this.
we've gotta run, find our way through. One try, that's all we got. You're locked in, take your shot. Head first in the fray, hold tight and seize the day. We can fly forward, kicking into overdrive. Soon I'll be by your side, and you'll see that the only truth in this verse is you and me. Just one heart, living close on the edge. We tumble from the ledge, but we can fly forward, kicking into overdrive. Soon I'll be by your side, and you'll see that the only truth in this verse is you and me. Winner takes all. Hear the call. Going into the black, and there's no turning back. Forward, kicking into overdrive. Soon I'll be by your side, and you'll see that the only truth in this verse is you and me. Kicking into overdrive. Soon I'll be by your side, and you'll see that the only truth in this verse is you and me.
Hell yeah. That's not a Hornet Ghost. This is F7A Mark II.
Quantum drive is now on.
Simply Red standing by. Pop in hand, thanks for that $5. Whee! Mask of the Red Death standing by. Foghorn Leghorn standing by. I do say it. Oh no, there's no red in there. Yeah. No night vision. Night vision. Or low light vision, I should say. Alright, I'm at the derelict outpost. Am I supposed to kill him? Was he just there?
Shields online.
Oh, he's like underground? Okay, the turrets aren't shooting me. So that's a plus.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete. Engines offline.
All right. That's the name of that song is Full Burn. It was data mined in one of the Arena Commander patches. Surprise, motherfucker! Bye. Can't take anything. Fuck, someone shot at me. Bye, boys. You'll never get me. I'm the gingerbread man. Ha ha. Fuck off, 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 fuck off.
Engines offline. Engines online.
Later, suckers. I've completely lost control.
Takeoff complete. Weapon system destroyed.
There we go.
Weapon system destroyed.
That was entirely lag. It saved me and it also destroyed my weapon. There we go.
Landing gear raised.
I'll be right back.
Weapons free, y'all.
Everybody and his dog calls himself an outlaw.
Mission complete. Burrito I eat. There you go.
I can fly. I'm pilot. Genesis?
Distress bacon.
I'm just an old-fashioned cowboy.
Everybody and his dog calls himself an outlaw.
Genesis?
Weapons free, y'all.
I love democracy.
Drugs.
I'm back. Stop it. Get some help. Cheaper than therapy. Men will literally do anything other than go to charity, go to therapy, including give lots of money to charity. Haha. What are we at right now? $590. We started with $200 for reference. What I'll say is that the Hornet is not nearly as nimble as the Aurora, but holy fuck is she fast. I think it starts at 6 p.m. my time, so 7 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Let's see. No, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Shields online. Quantum drive is now off. Shields offline. Engines offline.
Yeah, it's got some problems.
Engines online. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Hey, look, it's a little dark. Not anymore. Ha ha ha.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now on.
Let's see what the contracts I just unlocked. Nah, still a little low. Yeah, there needs to be some more rumble and other things with quantum. It's lamp.
Shields online. Landing gear deployed.
Basically, every manufacturer has its own tint. RSI's is blue. Anvil's is green. Then there's shades of oranges and reds, depending on. I think Drake is red. RSI's purple. Okay. Crusader is blue. Yeah, the Aurora doesn't have it yet.
Engines offline.
Now here's the thing. This is literally just a tint for the windows. It just tints the windows so you can see it. So a lot of ships have them. And if you leave them on, they will stay on in your cockpit. So it's not like for your visor. You can not have a helmet on at all, and it'll still put the tint on there. Go buy something real quick. The subject for the Captain's Table 4.6, no, it is engineering in 2026. So we're going to talk about how engineering is now, its pros and cons, what it needs to have in the future, like what should it look like, and what do we think it's going to change. So I think the main thing is going to be what does it look like now, what needs to change between now and the end of the year, and then what is it like the final goal of engineering should look like. Because I would say pretty comfortably that engineering is pretty controversial to a lot of folks. There is an armor store here, I believe. There's no gun store. Maybe there is none. I remember ArcCorp being disappointing. Yeah, we'll go to the cargo. Go. Got some sucker punches and some punch. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do it, Escape. I was showing people who backed in 2022 to 2024 really old videos of Star Citizen back in 2.0 and 2.4 days. That's what the fuck just happened. We reached $600. Well, Bellissimo for the $10. Thank you. It's not my notification donation. It's the donation for this. This is which is run by For Science. But yes, money. Hey, Vixen, how you doing? How's the verse? Had a bit of ads for a moment. It's all right. It's going okay. Okay, we're gonna buy the real. Then we're gonna buy the backpack. I will say the performance is good, but for PTU, the lag is awful.
RC the Vixen just got a sub from Anonymous. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to RC the Vixen.
Thank you so much for that. Giving that sub to Arky. And on your very important pupper, very impressed, Mr. Radio Pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Seems the game needs another patch or two that can flex. What do you mean? Oh, for like in the future? Maybe. I think Star Citizen having 4.6 come out next week is not too bad. Like the biggest issue right now is the desync. That's really the issue. If they can chase that down, and figure what out what it is, I think it'll be fine.
Looking good? Huh? Yeah. You all right? That's so.
Woo. All right. I'm going to take a break here because we still got about 30 minutes to set up. I'm going to grab some more to drink. And when I come back, we'll have a little bit of discussion about engineering, and then we'll be doing the captain's table at top of the hour next hour. So in 1 hour will be when we go started. Originally, I had build and play. And Nick at Night and Axis, but Build and Play hasn't returned my information, so it's my fault. I didn't reach out to him early enough to get stuff done. So someone ping me in my news channel. What's going on? Are any concerns with the patch? Always goes, feel free to ask the question when I'll start the bot when we get started. But that's a good question to have. We're talking about engineering in 2026. In fact, give me 2 moments before I go grab some of the drink. I'm going to create the title. Images. go. Boop, 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 boop. Switch accounts, cap stable. That's not what I wanted. That was very loud.
Hi.
He's awake. Yes. All right, there we go. Right. Save. All right, got the redirect working. All right, I got everything ready to go. I'll be right back, chat. Don't go anywhere.
Weapons free, y'all.
Yeah, servers are having issues with, especially with PTU. You're on live. Okay, well, that's probably just why there's so much desync on this PTU. All right, I'll be right back, chat.
Barcelona! Barcelona!
Two words. Distress bacon.
Everybody and his dog calls himself an outlaw.
Barcelona! Barcelona!
Hello, I like money.
I'm just an old-fashioned cowboy. Mission complete. Burrito I eat. There you go.
I love democracy.
Thank you. Event patch is always rough, but it's likely going to go for more than one patch. Raise $600. Whew. Coffee donated $50 for the kids. Pop in Hand $5. One Bellissimo $10. Ghost 1800 says 1500. Whoever provided SNES to hospitals when I was a kid made one of the worstest weeks of my life semi-tolerable. Hope they can do something similar. I didn't hear about it. I didn't know about that. That's great. Northern Tech Hermit donated $25. Ex Historia ad Astra. Anonymous donated $50 and Modest Jack donated $25 for science. I'm with the science team. Well, now that I go, I'm going to go get some food and some drink. That's all. Let's go for a few minutes. But I wanted to get some stuff to go. So I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, chat, in terms of engineering. Because I often hear people say that engineering is ruining Star Citizen and will ruin the game. I'm personally not of that persuasion, but I'm not so stupid as to think that I know everything. So I would love to hear people's concerns about it or concerns about the current iteration of it. You and the lads are loving it? Re-rated somebody, I don't remember who was testing out with the Perseus. And it sounded like having an engineer in the Perseus, just in the engineering bay, was such a huge advantage because they could constantly report to the captain what was going on. And they could tell, like, give status reports and stuff like that. It's bare bones, but will improve. Axis, you're on the panel. You're not supposed to answer. You're going to be on the captain's table talking about this later. In its current state, engineering is, quote unquote, ruining the game, but it won't be balanced for at least a year, so it's going to have to ride it through. Okay. Whoops. Good when TTK is longer. Time to explode is infinite. Yeah. You're good. You're good, Axis. I just thought it was funny. Engineering characters to solo play, to group play, solo players will must see this as a hindrance. Do you see that as, for those solo players, you see it as a hindrance right now, or are you fearing that it might be a hindrance in the future? I was able to kill a vulture without having to spend 10 minutes shooting it. That was cool. Tuning is needed, but engineering is good. Me and Lazarus and Idris ended up in a glitch mission where 10 to 20 missions worth of enemies were there, and we were fighting for our lives to the point where we had to patch a critical Idris reactor. Damn. Oh, interesting. You know, we've seen that happen where like two or three missions spawn on top of each other, and it's fucking chaotic. I wish CIG actually made that a real thing, like actual size, but TK is wonky. NPCs will murder you anyways past soft death, just like players, and it feels like more busy work. Huge nerf to all ships with more than 2 shield gens. Like so much in Star Citizen has a possibility, but I have no faith in CIG to deliver. I think the break from Star Citizen 4.5 dropped. I'm just here for the vibes. Wake me up when crafting comes online. Well, crafting is going to be in a PTU, in an Evocati test. Closed test, whatever they're called, tech preview, next week at the earliest. It was a ring of enemy markers on our screens. Damn. Well, it depends on the solo player ship. Current choices. Anything bigger than, say, C1, Cuddy, Cuddy Black, Zeus will be annoyingly hard to solo. But that's the size. But at that size of the ship, as long as we won't have spontaneous combustions components, it'll be manageable. I mean, anything beyond that size is generally designed for multi-crew ships. You know, like the Star Runner, the Connie, Caterpillar, like those size ships, the Corsair, like they're designed with multiple people in mind. You can solo them, but it's like, yeah, it's going to be a little more difficult. I own an Idris and I feel engineering is great. It's still bare bones, but I'm enjoying it so far. The only strange thing I encountered happened when I was looting ships and chucked a power plant in the back of my Asgard, only to have the power plant catch on fire in my cargo hold while I was lifting off the planet. We had the exact same thing happen to us, Space Pumpkin Dave, when we stripped power plants and other things out of a derelict ship, put it in the back of an Asgard or of a Valkyrie, and it lit the Valkyrie's cargo bay on fire. I think it's a heat transference. It's that the heat is still attached to those items. So when you pull them out, the heat is still there, and it hasn't, because it's not connected to a cooler, it's simply displacing the heat and causing the air to light on fire. TTK needs to transmute almost entirely to TTD. Disabled ships open up gameplay for repair and salvage. You can't do either if a ship is consumed in a fusion fireball. It also opens it up for boarding. If a ship is disabled and floating, and you're trying, then it's a race against time for you to get your ship back up online to go before someone manages to breach an exterior door and gets in and tries to kill you. That's much more entertaining and engaging than just like I die. Anyone doing the Wally yet? What do you mean by Wally? I already hear the I don't want FPS in my space game. Don't make boarding mandatory. But you know, it wouldn't be mandatory. It would just be a. You can still attack the engine until it's not working anymore. Oh yeah, you can do it. I was doing it in 4.5. In 4.5, you could use the thing as a thruster. Enshrouded video game has got me hyped about the possibilities of crafting an SC. It will transform the game to a whole new level. We'll see. The Aegis pilot will retain the control of the spinal mount because the pilot aims that weapon. They explained that in the reasoning in one of the last videos we got. Yeah, it's a stupid reason, though. I think it's a dumb reasoning. Just give it a little bit of a gimbal and let somebody fucking control it. I know. I understand why people would say they don't, but I think you could easily make it more engaging. Especially for spinal mounts, you could add a little bit more heat management to it. Do you know what spinal mount means? Is your spine rigid and straight and doesn't move? Or have you never bent over in your life, Jaded? Engineering as it's built now isn't fun. It acts as a needless preventative measure game, a mechanic, and will just add more time for waste for someone to fill the spot. I wonder if CO2 will damage you eventually. Yeah, that's the idea, but it requires more medical gameplay than they have. I'm not talking about a gun with a curved barrel. I'm talking about putting the actual like barrel able to like wiggle a little bit. Because it's not actually spinal mount in the sense that it's like runs the entire length of the ship. It's simply attached to the keel of the ship. I'm not saying super like mega game. I'm not talking about like you can like 90 degree that shit. I'm talking about like a cone of fire. And even then, you don't have to do that. Having it fixed and having someone control the fixed gun, you could easily add more things to it to make it more dynamic and interesting. Like I said, heat management, reloading systems, something like that, so you can have a player futz around with it. And I know people will be like, that's adding more content, adding more things to the game. That's like, rather than making it fun. CIG doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. I think I've established that many times, that CIG didn't know what fucking game they were making, and still don't really fully know what game they're making. They're still making it up as they go along, which means they didn't know what the fuck they were doing with the spinal mounts. They were just doing it because it was cool. And now they actually have to make it a gameplay mechanic, and I'm saying, then make it a gameplay mechanic. Because giving the pilot that kind of control is sort of dumb. Even tank destroyers in World War II had some gimbal on them. Yeah. Make it like the Death Star laser requires a team to pull the levers. There needs to be more to the big fucking guns than just pull trigger equals boom. Like, look at old footage of like World War One. And I don't know how much of this is in World War II. Surface Navy folks could tell me this. But if I remember correctly, the larger guns in the older style, like, military warships, you had to, like, insert the cannon, and then you had to insert the primer charge, and then close the breech, and then fire. So, like, it was, like, the shell, and then the, like, all of the bits that helped it, like, fire, and then go. Yeah, I know it's still a thing with artillery. Because they don't have, like, encased, like modern ammo has the powder and everything inside the actual cartridge so it can fire. They don't really cartridge the shells. Shell, then charge bags. Number of bags depends on how far you're shooting. Yeah. Breech loaded, yeah. So, since this game is also dealing with like that sort of nostalgia for that sort of time period, having some sort of process of loading and unloading these bigger guns in terms of managing them, I think would make sense. I'm probably wrong, but I'm pretty sure that most of that stuff is automated now, but it's like automated with a conveyor belt, and you still need a gun crew to like manually load the charge bags. I'm not saying Star Citizen should require you to like manually load charge bags and shells in the game. What I'm saying is that you could do something like that. Like a classic science fiction trope for big energy weapons or big like railguns is charge time. So having someone go like, all right, charging up the coils for the railgun, you know, reaching maximum peak and firing. but you have to like manage the power input so it's not overload or undercharged. Keep the power in the green zone, like mining. Exactly. Like, yeah, you could use that same mechanic and just try to, like, you're trying to dial it into the green zone before firing, and then the pilot can fire. And with like the energy weapon as it is, with like the K kit, it can be the same thing. Like you're trying to keep the power in the right range so it doesn't overheat and then or undercook. That would again create a pointless minigame. Qualwall, the game is pointless. All games are pointless. They have no purpose. What I'm trying to do is create balance within the game that CIG clearly didn't think of fucking 5 minutes about, you know, when they introduced it back in, what was it, fucking 2016? I'm talking about balance. I'm not talking about, is this fun or not? I'm talking about, is this engaging enough, and does this add some level of complexity so one person isn't just joyriding with a fucking Idris killing everybody? Mechanical autoloaders that is crew controlled. Okay. Does the Perseus need manual loading from the storage rack? No. I think it automatically loads in, but you have to manually load it into the storage rack as you're going in. Like we already have that with the Perseus. We have manual loading of the torpedoes. Well, if at this stage somebody's still soloing an Idris, it just speaks volume about their mental state. It doesn't matter. Mental state doesn't make, if somebody's mental state is good or bad, doesn't determine if it makes everybody else's experience better. Chat from Twitter stream. Hey, welcome everyone. My name's Paul Berserker01, Batman Shelley, your humble host and space bartender here at the Astropub, your space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We got a good one for you.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never, ever take away my space game.
I'm not dumping on that thing rail yet. Thank you for that. I don't know what's not coming in through there, but thank you for that. 54 months of support there, Space Tomato. You're very important, Papa. Very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. This is probably this drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Loving you hit the raid when with the sub, then the sub. You do love doing that, Space Tomat. How you doing, buddy? We're gonna get started here in about 15 minutes or so. I'm gonna set up the call, but we're gonna be talking with a couple folks about engineering in Star Citizen in 2026. And one of the things we're talking about was before this was just like kind of how is engineering now, and I was talking about how, which is apparently not something CIG wants us to do, and I think it's a mistake, but we'll see. Is that I think that it's a mistake that the pilot controls the Idris main gun because it encourages soloing Idrises. Without some sort of mechanism to restrict that, in some sort of gameplay way, then it's just going to end up being people flying Idrises as impossible to break, like trade ships. And as always, I love taking positions that are antithesis to a lot of players in Star Citizen. Yes, that was my point, Q-Pan. Make it like a wave motion gun where you need to divert power. My thought was you just need to make sure you just take the mechanic from mining. Someone else said this in chat. I was saying like you need to make sure like it's powered up to a certain level, and you can just simplify it by saying, take the mining laser like sweet spot thing that we do, and just have that. Just do that, but with the charge for the main gun. So somebody has to charge it up and keep it on the main spot, and then you fire it once it's while you're keeping it on the main spot. So you have like a mini game where someone's trying to keep the power solid while it's firing, either with like the railgun shot or the laser, and that way it's requires a little bit more stuff. Engineer could. That's partially why I brought it up. My point is like adding more gameplay to things that are also restrictions to improve the experience. Doesn't sound fun? Or you don't want to be a weapons officer? You know, it does sound fun? Being able to solo an Idris and basically be impervious to enemy fire and kill everyone around me without having any repercussions because there's no negative reputation. That sounds great. Being a god? Yeah, that sounds great. I can just pull up my wallet and win the game. That's the problem. That's also not fun for everybody else. Like I said, it's clearly not very popular. But we're going to be talking about engineering. We're talking about how it is now. How it should be. Or what our expectations will be by the end of the year. And what it should be, like the vision for it fully. But we'll also talk a little bit about Bar Citizen 2.1, I think, 2.0. Because Nick at Night is going to be with us. It's Axis0096 and Nick at Night. I did ask Bob, Build and Play, and he did say that at one point he was interested, but he has not been online. So he may not be able to because I didn't get to him, you know.
Dem biddies.
How about implementing a manual reload mechanism for Idrises?
I mean, yeah, that could work too, but then no one would say that's fun. People would still not think that's fun. You are here. Good. You were logged out, and I thought I was worried because you were logged out, and I was like, oh god, I didn't reach out to him in time because you had asked to join like 2 weeks ago for this one, so I wanted to make sure. Woo! Do you think with engineering and the Aurora Gold Pass, they will have a focus on making ships more ships gold? I hope. We know the other one is the Hammerhead. Awesome. But we're also after the stream or after the captain's table, we're going to be doing the Force Sciences event. They're doing a Survival Island event, Combat for a Cause. They're raising money for Child's Play, which is help building these building go-karts, very similar to the other charity we've worked with, which is Gamers Outreach. These are the OGs, like the older one of the older gaming charities. And yeah, we're trying to raise money. We've been raising money for them for a while. We're at $600. Their goal is $1,000. So. So I am interested in hearing a little bit about your. I'm going to start here for those of you who are in chat who are actually on the captain's table. I'm going to click out here in about 5 minutes and get everything set up with y'all. But I'm interested in your thoughts on current implementation of engineering and what you'd like to see engineering go. Because, like, personally, I would love to see engineering become, like, Star Citizen has the opportunity to be the unique space game where most games go pew, 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 pow. For Star Citizen to be the game where the ships go, you go pew, 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 and the ships go blah, 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 blah. So you can have epic cinematic shots of ships that are, like, tumbling through space, completely disabled, with pieces of it flying around. Again, I might be a little biased because that's basically what every space battle in Gundam turns into, is just a giant spaceship graveyard of, like, decomposing of ships that are blown in two and, like, drifting in space. But that's cool as fuck. I feel like if that was the default, it would make the game more interesting because it would give you a chance to survive, because it's more interesting to go, I gotta fix my ship, rather than, oh, I'm just dead.
You can take away my spaceship.
And it adds more dynamics to it.
Space suit. You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Klepta_ just resubscribed for 31 months. I need those technical terms for ship sounds again, sir. Also 07.
Thank you so much there, Klepta. You're a very important pumper, very impressive, Mr. Very impressive, and you rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Space Engineers like that. Yes, it is. And it's very cool. That's the easiest way of saying other games have done it before and it works fine. Space Engineers is like that. And it is cool. But I'm talking more like games like Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky, that kind of thing. Like, Space Engineers is not really as expansive. It's still like a map game. You have a small map you can engage in. It's sort of like a hybrid between like a survival crafting game and a space game. Different sort of genre, different sort of game, but same genre. But if you could take information from, not information, but like an example is of that, which is when you're in those big battles between large groups of people with those ships, it's cool as fuck. Survival in game is a fallacy, though, Paul. Players will not let you survive because it cause issues later. Players will shoot until you're not going to be a problem. But if you just shoot and you don't have a guaranteed chance of boom, and your ship is disabled, you're not a problem. And if there's no way you can tell if someone's dead or not inside that ship, unless you scan it or board it, you add more conundrums, more problems for the person who's attacking, who's successfully attacked, and it becomes do I double down and try to destroy or clear that ship, or do I have other things I have to deal with? That's why I'm saying remove the boom. The boom should still happen, but it's rare, and it's a dice roll of your engine going critical. Think mech explosions in MechWarrior. You know, not every time you kill a mech does the reactor go critical and explode. It is cool when it happens, but most of the times they just kind of go and fall over, you know? And make the boom very high chance to destroy any cargo of the ship. Exactly. It'd be rare until people start getting munition storage or power plants and figure out how to min-max. Well, I mean, like I said, power plant thing should be a dice roll rather than a... so it's a chance to explode, but not a guarantee. And yeah, hitting munition stores will be as well, but that also requires skill. That requires players to know where those things are on ships, target those things specifically, and again, it's a matter of making players have dilemmas, because those are more fun. Thurston needs more Michael Bay? What do you mean by more Michael Bay? We don't need more Michael Bay. We need less Michael Bay. I disagree, Joe Magnet. I think if you keep shooting it, it doesn't necessarily go boom. It just kills the engine. So your power plant's just dead. I'm that guy in the Gundam that always hitting the suit reactor in a colony. Yeah. What's the incentive to shoot someone in the first place? If it's to catch them and turn them in or steal their cargo, then this is enough to incentive to fully kill the ship or have a boarding action. A lot of times it's just to kill people. If it's just for fun to kill people or to basically remove them as a threat, then the boom or not, they're done. And if it requires you to get out of your ship, go to board another derelict ship and then kill the crew that's remaining, that's a risk, and that requires a different skill set. Still want my boom. That's where you have the dice roll come in. You hit the reactor in a certain way, you have like a 20% chance for that thing to go boom. And the older the reactor is, the higher that chance goes up. And every time the game does a dice roll to see if you blew up or not, you blow up or not, you do it. So you still have booms, but it's more of a, did you hit the right spot, and did you hit the right spot at in the right condition for that thing to explode? What I'm saying is it's more fun to have less booms, significantly less booms, and more disabled, because it makes more gameplay for the people who were shooting at somebody and for the people who were being shot at. Send in your Space Marines. Exactly. But you have to have Space Marines for that. You have to have people who are like, I'm ready to go board this motherfucker. So now it becomes a multi-crew, larger group action, so it's a little bit more complicated and adds a little bit more planning to requirements. How tall are Titan suits? 16 feet? About 9 feet, 9 to 10 feet. They're about the same size as a Van Duel, maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, Mech Warrior buffs. How small is the smallest Mech Warrior? Mech Warrior is pretty big still. The smallest light mech is like 25 feet tall, I want to say. The comparison of the Titan suits would be or the clans used, the power arm the clans used. I always forget the name of it, but they're elementals, the elementals. As someone who plans ops, Marines adds group requirements. I might just advocate nuking the targets and reducing group requirements, but it depends on the goals of the op. Exactly. And if your goal is simply defang this specific area to continue to move on to another target, then you don't stop to board ships that are disabled. You just keep moving. Right? What do you think of ammo racking in Star Citizen, like World of Tanks, where you hit the ammo, you do a critical hit? That would be a nice boom. Yeah, that too. But that would be, you have to hit the ammo rack at the right place, and that's a good example of like that doesn't happen a lot. In my experience with War Thunder or with World of Tanks, it can happen, just doesn't happen a lot. A spider is the same height as an Atlas? That's insane. Fire. I know that. I know what you're saying. My point is that if you made it so that the vast majority of the time when you take out a ship, it's disabled rather than destroyed, it's a matter of, do you want to put the extra effort to destroy it? And that should require more than just, I fire my ship until it explodes. I fire I fire my ship at that ship until it explodes. Be more of a, you know, the reactor has to be active and running, and then it has to be in a certain state, and then you have to be able to hit it at a certain state, and it has to, and that state has to have a specific like criticality chance. This is PvP. I'm gonna get paid to disable. No, then it'll be destroyed. If you can't destroy it, then you have to actually bring the guy in or kill them. So you'll have to get out of your ship, go into their ship, shoot them dead, or capture them and bring them in. And that makes more gameplay. And it gives a chance for the bounty to fight back. Or to get up and running and leave. I don't know. We've taken the soft death high G players and leaving them. That way they don't get a CS. Yeah. Cryopods are in, that's what we use the bounties. Exactly. See, Stefan, that's my point. My point is if you make it an actual, like, you can, we're arguing over and I need to get this set up. I'll just say, we'll bring it up on the captain's table. We'll talk about it. Don't go anywhere, especially if you're watching this on YouTube. We'll be switching over to the captain's table YouTube here shortly. We still on for next Saturday? Yes. Yes, we are. I got to talk to Avenger. I'm going to see if he can bring him or his boys. Be right back. All right, I'm going to start up the music and everything. I'm going to get everything set up, and we'll be here shortly. I got to turn off the Gamers Outreach thing because that is not what we're raising money for. Chat, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here for getting set up. There's a lot of problems with cameras, so might be a little late. Just letting you know. Hey, chat, we're going to take a few more moments and then we'll go live.